Hey everyone, I'm Nick and welcome to the channel. Now if you've watched the channel before, you'll know that I like to have dash cams in my cars, and you might have seen a couple of the videos where I install them. A basic dash cam will face forward, which is convenient, and nowadays they almost all come with a rear camera as well, so you can film the front and the back. But what if you want to see a little bit more? What if you wanted to see the sides? What if you wanted to see something inside your car as well? Well, today we're checking out the Driveye D9 5-channel dash cam, which covers the front, the back, both sides, and the rear seat. So let's open it up and check it out. All right, we have a little diagram here that covers how things plug in. You've got a manual, 5-channel voice controlled, 4K, 360, built-in GPS, that's great. 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and baby car camera. So that's the rear seat camera, is to watch your kids, keep an eye on your kids. Okay, so it looks like there's also a little manual for the polarizing lens for the camera, which is nice. And here we have the camera itself. This is bigger than the average dash cam because it has 3 cameras. So little lens covers here, nice side screen with some nice buttons here, the power button, menu buttons. Got our adhesive here, and then the main camera can be angled down and up depending on your windshield. The side cameras will rotate all the way around, so you can really angle it to where you want, and they will also pivot up and down. So there's a lot of flexibility here. Up top we have a reset button, the USB-C power port, a micro SD card slot with a micro SD card. It's 128 gigs included. That's really nice. And this one is a Lexar. Very nice. And then channel 1 and channel 2, which is for the rear camera and the rear seat camera. Now we have one box here. So this is the 12-volt adapter power cable. Looks like it has a nice length. Yes, this is plenty of length to plug it in where you want. That's nice. And has a USB-A port if you want to charge something, even if this is plugged in. Oh, and this works at 12 and 24 volts, so if you have a big rig, you could use this too. We've got some installation tools, small screwdriver, I guess a plastic trim tool, microfiber cloth, and some cable adhesive clips. So if you're not able to tuck away the cable in any place on the window, for example, on your windshield, you could put this up and then hold the cable in place with this. This is convenient. I've used these before. They're nice to have. We also have another adhesive here, a spare for the main camera, some wipes, got some electrostatic pads here, so if you want to mount this between the camera and your windshield, you can, and a polarizing filter. You can mount it on your main lens here. The polarizing filter like this will help if you have glare. So if it's like mounted on your windshield and you're getting some glare in the lens, in the footage, you can put this on, it'll help cut it down. That's everything in here, a little warranty card or support card. And in our last box here, we should have our 2 other cameras. This, whoa, okay, they're bundled together. I was gonna say this is a huge amount of length. We've got mounting brackets and adhesives here, a strap, so this is for the rear seat camera, so you could mount it on your front headrest, facing back. Yes. Oh, I see, okay, so they are run together. These 2 wires are run together, so you could run them as a pair partway through, split the one off to the middle inside the car, and then the other one can go all the way to the back. And they would both plug in here, so you could just plug them in right here. They're actually different sizes, so channel 1 will only fit in one and channel 2 in the other. And then the power plug is right angled too, so you don't have any wires going up that you have to deal with. They'll all come out sideways. Right here, this is the one that goes towards the rear, so you can mount the straps through the openings here, and you can angle it however you need. The rear camera has a nice metal shell. Let's look at the mounting brackets. This would screw on right here, like this. You got one with 2 pivots, or just a single one here. So this gives you some good options. Now these can also be separated from the harness and unplugged. So if you need to fish this through something, you can. I know some people like to mount their rear cameras outside of their car, so that could be an option for you as well. All right, so now that we've seen everything that's included, let's go install this in a car and test it out. All right, so we're gonna install this dash cam in my 2003 Ford F350. All right, so we've got our camera here. I'm gonna power it on first to get an idea of the interface, and then we'll plug it in. So you can see I've got a 12 volt here and a 12 volt here. I'm gonna use this one, I think, and if I can, I'll run the wire down, over and up to the windshield. That way I'll just be out of the way. I can plug in something via USB if I need to. And then in the future, I might wire it into a switched circuit so it'll automatically power on with a key, and I can retain these two 12 volt sockets for anything else. And this should be long enough to reach. Yes, it will be long enough to reach if I run under the dash, out of the way. And it would go from here up to A-pillar, right there, and then up to the mirror under my Easy Pass. And before I go any further, let's plug this in. We're gonna have the power come over from our left side here. And then I think I will run the cameras off to the right of the truck and to the back. All right, so we're powering on here. Got a little animation. All right, this explains what the buttons do. And now, a couple things I didn't see when we were unboxing is that these cameras can actually pivot down a fair amount, and they can actually swing all the way around. So if you are an Uber or Lyft driver and you want to film the inside of your car, you could do that. I'm probably gonna have them face out sideways to face, out the side windows, so I can cover what's going on outside of the truck on the sides. But we'll adjust that once it's mounted. And our front camera also can go left and right and up and down. So that way it'll adjust based on where you're positioned on the windshield. Okay, we are in English. Sound recording, yeah, sure. G sensor is for, there's a built-in sensor in here, so it'll record from impacts or something like that. I'll use year, month, day. We're gonna use miles per hour because we're in the US. Wow, this is already set. Oh, GPS automatically sets the time. That's awesome. We've got our Wi-Fi info. So these last four numbers are gonna be unique to your camera, and the password's 1234567 There's their website and their support email. It shows you how you can install your cameras, your, the rear baby camera. Oh, well, let me plug these in real quick. So we've got front camera, top left, our left camera, bottom left, right camera, bottom right. We've got baby camera is in the middle. It's right side up when the logo is right side up. And then our rear camera right here is right side up with the flat side up top, and that's on the top right. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's a busy screen. Let's see, we can cycle through. Main camera, and rear camera, only rear camera, only the baby camera. The image is nice and sharp in there. Left camera, right camera, front, left and right, and everything again. Wow, this is cool. We also have the date and time, speed, and where we're facing. We're currently recording in 2K on the main camera and 1080p on all four other cameras. So that's great. Go into our menu, we've got Dashcam, we got playback, voice control, we got settings, loop record, so that records 3-minute clips. Wi-Fi, you can turn it on or off. Wi-Fi info display, dashboard. Oh, you can have a dashboard mode, right? See your real-time speed. And then voice control, you can turn it on. You got different commands. Baby camera, so you can have it always, you can have that always on. So if you want to see it in real time, instead of having to look back. All right, let's position this. We'll start by getting this to look at your real-time feed to see how you want to position everything. Yep, I'm going to use the dotted grid up here just to align it. Peel this off. When pointed like this, it shows essentially out the window. That's pretty good, and it's not going to obstruct my view. I can see the bottom of the cameras. It is hard. It's hard to see the screen from here, but that is, you know, if I lean down, I can see it. Obviously, if you're going to use this to monitor your kid in the back, you do want to make sure you have a sight line to the screen. So that will factor in your decisions. Now that we have this, you can run this wire up, tuck it into the headliner, run this over here, tuck it in, run it down in here. And on this side, same thing, we're gonna run our wires up to the headliner. How you run the wire will depend on the vehicle you have. And since we're going back, we're going to go over here, over the door seal. You can also use the little plastic trim tool you got in the kit to help push the wiring out of the way or into place. Now at this point, if you want to mount your baby camera to the back of the headrest here, you could split this up since the wires run together, and you would be able to place it wherever you want. If you have a rear facing seat, you would mount that camera right here. So we're gonna run with that scenario. So I'm actually gonna run both of them all the way back here, and then I'll figure out where to place the rear facing camera. Now here we actually have a fair amount of length, so we could run it down, tie it up in here, leave it behind the seat. You could also set it up so that most of your length is at the front, the camera's first, and then run the wires up to the front. It's really up to you. For the baby camera, we're gonna feed this through here. So what I'm gonna do is feed this through here, like this. Flip this around here, through the loop here, there. Pop that over, and we'll do the same thing across the other side here. And these are actually elastic, which is pretty nice. Here we go. There's two different ones. One has 5 pins, one says 4, so you won't mix them up. Run that back here. Now for the rear camera, you probably don't want to mount it on this glass because if you open the window, it would shift over, but I guess it's not a huge deal. We could potentially mount it in here, up here. You could screw it into the headliner, or you could wedge it in here. There's a couple of options. I think I'm gonna mount it somewhere here for now. Oh, there, that's pretty good. That might work. Just to test, I'll wedge it in there. And then I'll definitely have to figure out where to tuck away the wiring, but this may be good. I'll go power on the dash cam here. That covers the whole back. We've got our rear camera, front camera, left, right, and then this one facing back in from the rear headrest. Now it's time to test out the app. And the first thing we're gonna do is go into the menu, go to settings, and then we're gonna scroll down to Wi-Fi, and we wanna make sure we turn this on. You can also go to app download to get the QR code to install it, and we're good to go. Now what we want to do to get the app, you can either scan the QR code or look for the VDeer app right here. So I'm going to look for the app name or use the QR code to get it. Get the app right here. So I'm going to get that. Now while we wait for the app to download, we can go to our Wi-Fi and look for Driveye D9. The last 4 letters and numbers are going to be unique to your camera. We'll connect, and the password for that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we can open the app, agree to the privacy policy, and now we can add a camera. And we're connected. As you can see in real time here, we can see our speedo, altitude, acceleration, and then we can open up our folder down here and look at all the clips that we have in here from all 5 channels. So you can see it records into 4 clips. We got our left and right satellite cameras here at once, Then we have our front, rear, and baby camera. Our little button right here allows us to toggle between the real-time feeds. This is the rear. The side here. Got the other side. Oh, that's the baby camera. And then we have the other side here. So that's very nice. Now with this, it allows you to see the speed you're driving when you view your clips and everything like that. So right here you can see the feed over there, your speed, and you can actually skip through the clip. And you got your real-time map right here. You can actually click through the clips also. So it's very convenient. I'm gonna wait for the sun to set, and then I'll go driving again so I can show you what the footage looks like in the daylight and at night. In all of the recorded clips, the date, time, GPS position, and speed are displayed. If you have the microphone enabled, you'll also get the audio picked up by the camera. All of the clips are 25 frames per second. This is the main camera, which records in 2560 by 1440 resolution. And now here it is at night. The rear camera footage also looks good and is in 1920 by 1080 resolution. At night, you can see that I should probably clean the rear glass on my truck. The side angles are nice additions. They're both recorded into a combined clip that's 3840 by 1080. But at night, they have an interesting extra feature, infrared LEDs. You'll be able to see what's going on inside the vehicle much better with them. In fact, you can see on the right, the baby camera also has infrared lights. For the baby camera, you would position it in the way that works best for you, and the straps and angle adjustment give you a lot of flexibility. At night, you get a good view of the interior, and you can see the infrared LEDs from the side cameras too. So that's the Driveye D9 5-channel dash cam. I really like the addition of the side cameras that can be oriented to face inwards or out towards the sides, however you want. And the baby camera for the rear seat, for your kids or your pets, is also a really nice touch. I plan on leaving this camera mounted in that truck, so if you have any questions in the future, let me know. I want to say a big thank you to Driveye for sending me this camera to review, and I'll leave a link in the video description if you want to get one for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, and like I said, let me know in the comments if you have any questions. If you want to see more videos like this, or you want to watch me work on cars or that truck, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.